Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Josh here from Basement Level Magic. Long time no see. Got a new job, so time has been a little bit tough to get on here, but no worries. I think in the future it'll work out for the better for the channel. I'll be able to stream more often. But on to the matter at hand, the Pro Tour Gauntlet. This is something I was super excited about when I heard them discuss it at the Pro Tour. It is where you get to play a random modern deck, and it looks like we got Scape Shift. This is a deck I have absolutely no clue about. Um, oh god, that. So they take a bunch of random modern decks, and the thing is, you have to be able to, I guess, figure out one, what you're playing and how to play it. And I have a fairly decent idea about the modern format right now, but I can tell you Titan's Scape Shift is actually one that I don't totally get. I'm not sure what what you're really looking to do, so this is going to be pretty embarrassing probably. Alright, so search the library for a basic land card. Whatever it is, it looks like we're trying to get in a Primeval Titan probably early. Alright, so Scape Shift, sacrifice any number of lands, search your library for up to that many lands, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So we've got basically, okay, so Valakut is this is the winning spot. When it enters the battlefield tapped, whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, if you control at least 5 other mountains, you may have Valakut deal 3 damage. So that's the win con. And it looks like the Titans is probably your backup way. So this is going to be, oh, this could be really bad. I was actually just hoping to get on here. This is my first time doing the modern thing. It's actually the day before it goes down, so I worked 11 hours today, but I figured I gotta try it at least once, so that's why I'm doing this. Alright, so the key is going to be to finding this or having it. Summoner's Pack, search your library for a green creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle your library. And you have to be able to pay that. Okay. Yep. This is gonna be pretty crazy. I don't want to change the main board because I have even fewer ideas of what to do there. So this is gonna be pretty awful probably. I hope that you do enjoy this. You're gonna watch somebody who's never ever played Scape Shift before and see how it goes, I guess. As far as sideboarding, I have no idea. Some of the decks that I would have felt comfortable with is probably any of the Eldrazi decks. I have a burn deck at home. I've played that a bunch, but I don't think I think very few burn decks actually hit the 8-win mark, which I think is what they're trying to go with as far as the decks that they're picking for this. I understand like most of the Coco decks and even like a Kiki Chord kind of deck, but yeah, this is gonna be tough. Alright, I think we want to play first. Alright, so Scape Shift is the big thing we want, right? And we basically want to be able to cheat in lands. Sacrifice a Tribe Elder, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Okay, so we've got some ways of cheating in lands, so let's go ahead and keep. Yeah, this is definitely one of the decks that I would definitely have picked on the don't play this deck list. So our opponent says last time he played Modern was a few years ago. We might need somebody like that. Alright, so I think we probably don't necessarily want to play the Cinder Glade. Only because it has a mountain? So we'll go ahead and hopefully we'll be able to figure out what our opponent is playing here. Oh, and he's got burn. This is not going to be good for us, probably. At least not the... not the first round, I don't think. Okay, so he's getting us lands, so that's a nice thing. So Valakut. I know that this is the way that I win, having this in play and Scape Shift. Alright, whenever a mountain enters a battlefield under your control, if you control at least 5 other mountains, you may have Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, deal 3 damage to target creature or player. Whenever a mountain enters a battlefield. So it sounds like we actually do need the mountains to be out there. This is definitely something I've never played, so this is why I'm having a tough time figuring out the combo. Whenever a mountain enters battlefield under your control, if you control at least 5 other mountains, you may have it deal 3 damage. And then with Scape Shift, sacrifice any number of lands. Search your library for up to that many land cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So I think... I'm trying to figure... Probably play the mountain. And then either explore or the... the Tribe Elder, I don't know that that's going to do a ton, but at least I can bring it out and it will be able to block. And I can sacrifice it to go get a land. Oh Lord, another Goblin Guide. Wish I would have had his deck. So we reveal Primeval Titan. And then we'll go ahead and sacrifice this. All right, we'll see. I have a feeling I'm totally doing this wrong, but I feel like I need to be able to go get a lot of mountains, right? So that's why I'm not going and getting the mountain right now, I don't think. This may be completely wrong, though. I'm sure somebody who's played a lot of Scape Shift is really annoyed by this video so far, but hopefully not everyone is, and some of you will understand and see what it's like to, just jump in and start playing a modern deck that you've never played before. Because that's really what we're going for here. Alright, so we could go ahead and start adding more lands to the field. I think I might go ahead and do the Valakut. Do Explore. Alright, so we can get another land out here. We'll do the forest. Actually, I probably should have done not that. And then we'll suspend search for tomorrow. And we're going to get hit here pretty hard. Give me something worthwhile for me. Alright, so search for tomorrow is what's coming up. So the opponent's asking me if I know what how I'm supposed to win this, basically. And I said, not completely. So at this point, I mean, we've got scape shift, so we could actually scape shift for... Yeah, his deck is very straightforward. Alright, so... let's play the mountain. Do search for tomorrow. And then honestly, I could scape shift. I think I might have it. Do I? I don't know if I do or not. I think I probably needed more mountains out on the field. I think my mistake was getting all the forests and not like the cinder glades. I guess we'll find out. So cinder glade comes in as a mountain. Oh my god, I think I got it. Tell me I got it. Whew! All right. That is good. I am... I was getting a little nervous there that maybe I was doing things wrong, but, you know, this is the thing about Modern. There's so many decks out there right now, and I just thought it would be one of the decks that was, you know, seen a lot at the top tables, and this definitely was one I did not see at all. All right. So we don't need Ancient Grudge. There's not really any artifacts. So we can get that out of here. No artifact or enchantment stuff. Splits second, deals 2 damage to target creature or player. As long as the spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities. Okay. Anger of the Gods is actually something that seems very good for us. You know, because they have so many small creatures. Curd Ape, Goblin Guide, Monastery Swiftspear. Probably Wild Nacatl. Obstinate Baloth. Gain 4 life. If a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard it, put it onto the battlefield instead. I feel like that is probably more what we're going for than Primeval Titan. So I think we'll take the Titans out and probably want the 2 Anger of the Gods too, actually. What do we not need? I can maybe see. I'm not so certain as far as when we're looking to do Summoner's Pack, but I don't think it's the greatest option for us. I could also look at Sudden Shock actually coming in. So I'll probably maybe take out Summoner's Pack, even though it allows us to go find the Obstinate Baloth. But yeah, I think I'd rather bring in a little bit more creature removal. I don't know that we need Relic. We're not looking to exile a graveyard. I do like the ability to go through the deck, but I think the 3 Sudden Shocks, the 3 Obstinate Baloth, and the 2 Anger of the Gods is probably the best option for us. So let's go ahead and try this. We want to be able to clear out their little creatures, and I mean, that was a turn 4 kill right there. We were going to die if we did not kill him on that one. This doesn't look like a good hand. I can't see this being a keep. I do like having Spellskite. This can't be a keep, can it? I am usually the most loose keeper in the world. I'm going to mulligan that. Alright, this looks better. What is this? I didn't even look at this one. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a quest counter on it. Remove 3 quest counters from it and sacrifice it. Search your library for up to 2 basic cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped. Okay, so just another... we'll keep this. And so there's our win card, but... yeah, I think we're okay. I think we'll keep it on top. Alright, let's see how this one goes. Hopefully it ends up just like the last one where we stumbled into a victory. So I'm going to actually go ahead and probably use my Windswept Heath. Or actually, with this Kalani, I feel like I'm almost going to benefit by not playing my fetch land until I have it on the board. I mean, I don't think it's the priority, but we do have 2 turn 2 plays. Alright, so lots of creatures. There's a Sudden Shock, so we'll be able to deal with that Goblin Guide next turn. Yeah, we'll probably need a Valakut at some point here, but I mean, I guess the best card for us would be, ooh, Burning Tree Emissary. I did not know that they were playing that in that deck. That was one of my favorite cards during the Ravnica, or Return to Ravnica block. Okay, so they actually play Tarmogoyf. I did not realize that. So the Relic would actually be great in in this right now. So we're going to go ahead and sacrifice this. Go grab a mountain. Just in case we draw a... Or actually, we know that we're not going to draw Anger of the Gods. Although, now it changes the Explorer. So we still have a shot at getting Anger of the Gods, which would be great. Come on, Anger. Oh, Spellskite is not too shabby. Alright, I feel like I probably should have taken this Colony Heart Expedition out. Goyf. Goyf is going to be some problems, I think. So what we could do, I could look at Sudden Shocking something, and then play the Tribe Elder. I don't know how exciting of a move that is, but it might be worthwhile. Otherwise, we play the Colony Heart Expedition. Fetch, play Sudden Shock. I think Sudden Shock and Spellskite are just better options for us. So, and I actually like Goblin Guide for me. It allows me to get more card draw. So let's go ahead. I'm going to kill the Burning Tree Emissary. That's going to make the Goyf bigger. Do another forest. Actually, oh shoot. I should have got a Cinderglade right there. That was definitely a mistake on my part. And the reason why I feel like I should have got a Cinderglade is just because if I get a Anger of the Gods, you know, it's my way to be able to cast it. I mean, otherwise, technically, I could play the Tribe Elder, sack it, and then do Anger. But it just would have been much better off if I had gone and got a Cinderglade or a Stomping Ground. But I don't want to take the damage, so. Although I could have just had it come in untapped. Ooh, there we go. Alright, he's got 3 cards in hand. You don't lose a game for having 0 or less life. As long as you have 0 or less life, all damage is dealt to you as though its source had infect. Wow. So then do I just... So I have to get him to 0 and then basically do 10 more damage? Is that basically what I'm seeing out of that? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and play this Heart Expedition. I'll play the Molten Pinnacle, or the Valakut. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped. Shuffle your library. Okay. I mean, the nice thing is, even if I don't look to kill with Scape Shift, right, there's another Spell Skite, I can at least direct the damage at the Crude Ape and the Guide. I might go ahead and sack this. Bring in another forest. Alright, down to 7. He's probably got some burn in hand, doesn't he? Okay, Molten Rain. That is not good for us. Alright, so this allows us to search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. This is not a basic land card. So, probably just go ahead and kill. We'll look to kill the Goblin Guide, but we'll wait until the trigger so that we can possibly draw a card off of it. I think we're probably dead, because we won't be able to block everything. So he's going to do 4 damage, plus all he needs is a burn spell. Any burn spell. But we'll be able to take out the Guide. Alright, so do that. Okay, and then we'll do sudden shock to the Goblin Guide. We're still alive, but not by much. And all he has to have is a lightning bolt or any 3 damage spell, which there's a lot of in burn decks, but his is heavy creatures. Speaking of heavy creatures, there's a 5/6. Valakut. Oh, I knew it wasn't. I probably should have cashed this in, knowing that it was Colony coming up. Yeah, that definitely would have been the better option. Yeah, I should have cashed that in before my draw step. Yeah, so we're done. So I'll just go ahead and concede. And after seeing that, we definitely want Relic of Progenitus to be in. I don't think that this Colony Heart Expedition is what we want. I may be wrong, and I'd be happy to have somebody let me know. This Beast Within is actually not a bad option to get rid of that enchantment. I suppose we could bring in Nature's Claim. Target artifact or enchantment. That's just artifacts. Otherwise, Primeval Titan, we could always look to bring in a couple of those. You know, I probably should be bringing in the Nature's Claim, although that one sideboard card is all we saw. Otherwise, we could do Summoner's Pact. Planning on going and getting this creature. That might be the option that we should do, but I'm going to go with the Primeval Titan, give it a whirl. We actually haven't seen a single lightning strike or a lightning bolt in these two matchups so far, or two games. Alright, so this is not... I mean, we're going to need a little bit of help to get these lands in play, but I think if we can get one of our ways to get more lands out there, we'll be in a good spot. Having Spellskite right away is pretty important, I think. And I'm actually going to do the Windswept Heath and go get... we'll just do the Stomping Ground. Actually, the Cinderglade makes sense. Stomping Ground, at least we can make it come into play untapped. We would be able to if we get to the point where we have both of these basics out there, but you never know sometimes. Alright, what are you revealing for me? Alright, so we have a removal spell for his Goblin Guide. Otherwise, we could play the Spellskite. But we don't really need to, so let's go ahead and have him attack in with the Goblin Guide, and then we will do the sudden shock on it. I mean, I could see him just not attacking with the Goblin Guide, but we'll let him make that decision. Well, on the Coddle. Yeah, so he didn't take the bait. Had to try it, though. Alright, so Wooded Foothills is good, but it's not really needed right now. We could just do a Spellskite and then pass the turn. We are going to be able to gain some life this time, and actually have a decent-sized creature on the board. Burning Tree Emissary, basically doing a free play. Holy cows, Reckless Bushwhacker is in this deck? It's a 2/1 haste. Whenever it enters battlefield, if its surge cost was paid, other creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste. Okay. Wow. I did not see that one coming. So we'll just go ahead and block the Burning Tree Emissary. Alright, and that is a great card to see. So we'll go grab a forest and then start gaining some life and putting big dudes on the board. if you didn't catch the beginning, this is my first time ever playing this deck. We are doing the Pro Tour Gauntlet, where they basically just randomly assign you a deck, and it's one of the decks that did, I believe, 8 wins or better on the Pro Tour. So it's a very good deck, but a lot of times you may have no idea what you're playing. So that's how we ended up with this one, which I have not played before, and I'm really kind of stumbling through figuring out how to win. I have played the deck that we're playing against, or a similar deck to it. I actually have a Nakatl Burn video series from a few months ago with the deck that I was playing last Modern season. So if you want to check that out, feel free to go back. It was actually one of the first video series we even did for this channel. So we'll go ahead and cash that in. And I think we just go for another forest, honestly. Actually, a Cinderglade is not a bad option. I don't know that it actually even matters, really. I'm going to do the Stomping Ground. I will not pay the life. So on his side, he's gonna have to find some way to get through our big dudes. We've even got Anger of the Gods in our deck that would allow us to go ahead and actually wipe his board at this point. So I think I'll probably just do Primeval Titan. Enters battlefield or attacks, you may search your library for up to 2 land cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So it seems to me like we could go get 2 Valakuts. Which, if that's the case, even if he has a Molten Rain in hand, he can't kill both. Yeah, so let's do that and that. And we have Scape Shift in hand, which is a backup win con, because right now we've got easily the biggest creatures on the board. With 16 life against a burnish deck, it's definitely a creature-heavy burn deck. I was actually thinking it was going to be a lot more burn than creatures when I was initially sideboarding, but I still think that the sideboard was pretty decent. I just didn't know all the cards, so like the Colony Hard Expedition, I just don't think that there's enough time in a matchup like this to go ahead and do something like that. So, I mean, really, we could attack with both of these Baloths. I don't know if that's a winning scenario, though. Right now we have the board pretty well controlled, and we've got our win con in our hand. And last I checked, Zoo and Burn did not play any kind of hand disruption or counter spells. Alright, so we will play the forest, and then we will do Scape Shift. And that is game. Yeah. All right. First time ever playing the deck, and we won against, a deck that I actually am very familiar with, and I feel is pretty fun deck. But thanks for watching, everybody. This is Josh here with Basement Level Magic. Go ahead and watch us try to stumble through another one. Later.